Hello, welcome back. You will not believe where I'm talking from. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that my family and I are traveling around the world. So at this moment, we are in Japan. It is our first destination. We're going to be going somewhere else after Japan and then somewhere else, and hopefully we're going to keep going for a while. Let's see what happens. So it's our nomad adventure with no return date. So we have no idea when we're going back home. It's exciting and a little bit scary because we just don't know what's going to happen. So we have been at the moment, let me just explain what we're doing. At this very moment is the same as saying at the moment. I'm just making it a little bit more exciting, making it stronger, okay? At this very moment, we are in a hotel. I am having a nice cup of green tea, recording this video and talking to you guys to share a little bit about my experience listening to Japanese. So I don't speak Japanese, as you probably may have guessed. And I'm only going to be here for 1.5 months, and Japanese is such a difficult language to learn. So I'm not I'm not going to be trying to learn Japanese because I'm only staying for 1.5 months. So I know about 5 sentences, really. I know 5 sentences. And we have been, my husband and I especially, we have been paying a lot of attention to what people are saying around us and trying to kind of guess what they're saying and pick up on one of the words that we know, which are not many. And it's incredibly difficult. And it took me all the way back to 2002. Any idea what happened in 2002? Well, I'll have you know, it was the year I moved to England. I moved to England in December 2002. I had just turned 15. Just turned 15. I was very young. And I did not speak any English, guys. I did not understand anything at all. And being here now in Japan, because it's a language that is so different to Portuguese and people don't speak English here. So I have travelled to many other countries where the language is very different to Portuguese, but usually there were more people that could manage English, whereas here it is very, very limited. Most people do not speak English. Even at hotels, people that do speak English, you can tell that it's an intermediate level of English, so they're not really fluent speakers. We have not met anybody so far who has had a very fluent level of spoken English. So this experience took me right back. It's the same, again, I'm using the same strategy. I could have said it took me back to 2002. That would be the same as it took me right back. I'm just making my sentence a little bit more exciting, making it stronger, bringing some emphasis to what I'm saying, but the meaning is the same. It took me right back to 2002 when I arrived in England and could not understand a word of what people were saying. So really, back then, I knew about 5 words in English. Words and sentences mixed, 5, no more than that. I didn't speak any English at all. So hearing people around me was terrifying. Terrifying is the same as scary. It was terrifying because I really had no idea what people were saying, no idea at all. And I was at school, so the teachers were talking. The teachers were asking me questions in front of everybody, and I had no idea what they were asking me. So being here now in Japan, not knowing any Japanese, not being able to understand, kind of brings back that feeling of extreme vulnerability. You are so vulnerable because you are almost like a small child again. And it's very important to put yourself in that position This is what I'm getting at with this video, to put yourself in that position where you're willing to listen, you're willing to learn, you're willing to make mistakes, because you will. One thing I have noticed, which is the exact same thing that happened to me when I moved to England, the more you listen to people around you, and I'm talking about those everyday situations, like we go to the supermarket, we've been going every day, you go to the supermarket and you buy something, and that quick interaction with the cashier is the person serving you, you know, at the till. That quick interaction gives you enough for you to notice that you're understanding just a little bit more each day. When I say a little bit more, I'm talking about recognizing sentences that you already know. So the learning process of a language is a very strange thing, because we expect to be learning new things every day. Right? So you may live, let's say, in Ireland, and you're expecting to be learning something new every day. But it might just be that you're actually recognizing words or sentences that you already know, but you don't use yet. Or you started using anyway, but you start to kind of see all of those things come to life around you. That is a very important part of learning as well. It's definitely not about learning in terms of using lots of new things every day, because using new things takes time. Your brain has to recognize those things. Your brain has to be like, okay, this is safe to use. I know exactly what it means. I know the situations I can use it in, and I'm going to be okay. Wait for that time. But for that to happen, you have to be exposed. You have to be surrounded by English. If you are in an English speaking country, lucky you. Lucky you. Honestly, it's so much easier to find opportunities to be exposed if you're there. If you're not, find ways to listen to as much everyday English as possible. Everyday English, okay? Those conversations that are not scripted, things you'll find in a vlog, in a podcast a lot of the time. Not every podcast, but many podcasts where you're listening to interviews. That will help you tremendously. And remember to acknowledge that moment, every single moment where you realize you have just been able to hear something in a sentence. I still remember, I tell my students this on 100 Days. I'm not going to say it here because it's going to be a massive spoiler. But I tell my students on 100 Days, the very moment I understood a full sentence in English, from beginning to end, I remember the exact situation I was in. Because I was trying so hard. It was at school. I was trying so hard. I was always listening, and I could like pick up random words, and I could hear my name a lot of the time, and I had no idea what they were saying about me. And then there was this one day that I heard a sentence and I could understand the whole sentence, and it was about me. Painful, yes, but exciting at the same time. So remember, you want to be listening. You want to be celebrating each time that you can hear a word or a sentence that you know. And you want to be trying your best to repeat some of those things you're learning. My sentence at the moment in Japan is "wait a minute please," which is "chotomate kudasai." Don't mind the accent, I'm working on it. This is something I've been recognizing. I've been hearing people say this. So just now, half an hour ago at the supermarket, the lady said that to the cashier, said that to my husband when he was about to pay. Yesterday at the restaurant, we arrived at the restaurant and the lady asked us, the waitress asked us to wait to go to our tables because they were cleaning it. So it's so exciting to hear a full sentence and understand what they're saying. But most of the time, people don't care about that because you're so anxious. You have this crazy sense of urgency to understand everything that you don't actually notice those tiny little miracles when you understand one sentence or one word that you already know. So remember to celebrate. See you next time.